units. It is changing the status of those units from slumlord operated $500 per month paid by people who only have $700 a month of income to those people now be paying 30% of income and will live in a clean, hygienic building. But it's actually zero gain in the struggle to end homelessness, period. There's no way around that, no matter how you're welcome to invite them back, but that's the actual song and dance truth here. The other thing is that there's no, the other thing is that this isn't nothing. What this is taking $2 million, taking $2 million, you could go over there and get a bag of $2 million, or you could just get a nice check. And we're taking it to Newburgh, I lost the address, I'm not gonna log in, and giving it to the slumlord that bought this building in 2004. So in 2004, a predatory slumlord bought this building for $1.1 million, has emotionally and psychologically abused every human being that has lived there since 2004, and now we're giving them a $2 million cash reward. The people that live in this building deserve this project. They deserve to be saved, rescued, helped. We need permanent support housing. This plan, and we've only seen a glimpse of it, because what we're talking about is buying the property for $3.something million in here. We're not talking about the actual construction cost of replacing the building. That comes next. Then there's the funding of the PSH, the permanent supportive housing. So it's sad, but that's the simple truth. We have a building that has at times 50 to 70 people in it. We're going to shut it down for a while, like we've done for the Joyce. It'd be great to also get an update on the Joyce at this time. So people just need to know that that's the truth. No net increase in available beds, roomettes, housing, apartments come from any of the money that will be expended at this address. It is only a change in classification from a building that you guys could have had for free. If you had, as Mr. Udaley has pointed out, we need rental inspections. We have people living in substandard, dangerous places with abusive landlords. When I moved to the city in 2011, people have been going into the Joyce and documenting that. Then you would have had a clear eminent domain.
Can I answer your question now? The difference is it's now permanent. We own it. So in perpetuity, this facility will be available to people. And because we own it, we can actually build larger on the site and put more people into permanent supportive housing. And had we not bought it, somebody else would have. And guess what they would have done? They would have evicted, no argument there. They would have evicted everybody in it, they would have demolished it, and they would build market rate housing with the inclusionary zoning, of course. But if we want permanent supportive housing for very low to zero income people, many of whom are struggling with very serious issues, whether it's addiction, whether it's mental health, whether they're domestic violence survivors, this is the kind of play we need to make. The $2 million, I wish it was free. It's not. The $2 million was the price to get rid of the guy who owned it so that we could own it and do it right for the people who need it the most.
Thank you for your candor, man.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner David.
Mr. Johnson, while I don't agree that it's not a net gain for the city, I do share your frustrations. I don't think any property owner providing substandard housing in our city should be allowed to raise rents at all. And I would like to see the city get a lot more aggressive with enforcement. It's one of my regrets no longer having BDS that we weren't able to make headway with that, but I'll continue to advocate for it.
Thank you for listening.
Good morning.
Okay, so they're still kicking people out of hospitals and kicking people out of shelters. And when I say people, I mean the elderly, the disabled, and the mentally ill. And these people are ending up on the street, and then the business owners call Clean and Safe. And did you know that Oregon state law says that you cannot repeatedly and abusively call city services like 911 and your point of contact. And it's between a $10,000 and $25,000 fine when you do that. Now, if you're kicking people out of hospitals and you're kicking people out of shelters and they're disabled and they have nowhere to go, guess where they're going to be? And it was really unfortunate that you allowed those bars to buy that alley on 2nd and Ankeny, because now they're proprietary. And when people are legally parked who live in Salvation Army Female Emergency Shelter, they're calling and complaining about their cars when they're legally parked. I know someone who's in there who gets up every morning and she would move her car, and then that guy, the business owner from the Oyster Bar, complained she got 3 tickets and they towed her car even though she was moving her car she was parking during the legally allowed time, and then she would get up very early in the morning, 5 a.m., and she would go down and move her car. From what I understand, the parking there was between the very late night and 7 a.m. in the morning was legal to park there. And so this guy was calling and having her ticketed and towed when she was legally parked. Now, why is that? So I would like the city to like give her back her, wipe those tickets off and give her car back and give her towing money back. And this happens all the time everywhere, is that these business owners are calling in abusively and repeatedly when nobody's doing anything wrong. So like they'll call when people cross the street to smoke, where those planters are. So let's not sugarcoat the fact that there's more and more disabled people and elderly ending up on the streets, and there's no housing for them. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Good morning.
Good morning, my name is Joe Wall, and I represent Individuals for Justice. We take no money from this council. We take no money from the county or the state. And I wish you would require people that give you testimony to tell you how much money they do take.
Whoa.
How much does city concern take from the city? I don't know. In the millions. How much does anybody that testify before you take? That would be something interesting to hear, because your testimony is really biased if you take money. If I give you $100, you're not going to tell me I'm a rotten person. If you take no money, you may tell that person they are a rotten person to the core. We can't stop you from doing it, because you've been doing it for 50 years, 20 years, 10 years. You buy property, you put people in there, you buy more property, you put people in there, you close down on the original property, and you put people in there. You just move people around. That's why we have 1,700 that we know of on the street, and we can't seem to do anything about it. You had 10 years on a 10-year plan, and you blew it. Did you apologize? No. People dying on the streets. We're gonna die, people die. We had 48 die already this year. We had 80 last year, and you keep doing the same things. Would you think outside the box? Come on, a creative solution to the problem. This is not rocket science. Ask the people on the street. Can I help you? What is it you need? Tell me. Don't use psychiatrist. Don't use Mark. He doesn't know anything. He is a millionaire. You guys are millionaires. You know nothing about being broke. Nothing. So ask them. Ask Commissioner Goodell. she may be able to tell you. I can't, I've never been on the street. But we have people here that have. Ask them. You keep doing the same thing. We give you money on the bonds over and over again. And you blow it over and over again. And sooner or later, people are going to realize you're going to get voted out of office. Thank you very much.
You signed up is Steve Edmiston Senior.
I put a little light sheet.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning. I'm Stephen Entwistle. I ran for mayor twice and former Golden Gloves champion. And former homeless. Well, actually, I'm still homeless. Yeah. I live in a place that is called housing. But to me, housing is a house. So that's a lie. It's privatized shelter, and that's a correct term, and not housing. Unless you want to consider housing warehousing. That would be more of the term. But housing in itself, no. Privatized sheltering. Why? Freedom. There's no freedom. Because you have to have a manager check to make sure that whoever you bring over isn't somebody that's on a bad list. And you can't have anybody over after 10 o'clock, no visitors. The electricity is shut off at 10 o'clock, so you can't cook. Electricity doesn't come on until 8 in the morning, so you can't have coffee or get ready for work. That's your housing that you're talking about, okay? And I'm not gonna even go into the part with the bed bugs and the cockroaches and the contracts that these private property managers just these bugs. And when you get somebody that's on Social Security, and they're getting whatever, $700, $800, whatever a month, and then you charge through your quote housing 1/3. And most people that get SSI or SSD or whatever are only getting about 1/3 of what they really need to survive their unit. And then you go and take 1/3 of that, and you put them in the shelter and you say, well, they're supposed to be humble and know that they're being taken care of. No, that's wrong. And you wonder why people don't want to stay in that housing. And you wonder why they go back on the street. That's the reason why. Okay. But nobody seems to care about that. You know, we got shower curtains in that shower. We've got 40 people that use that every day. You know, it hasn't been changed. It hasn't been. You know, it's the same. It's actually starting to deteriorate. It's moldy and stuff. You know, a lot of people don't even go in the shower. You know, and that's what's to bring folks over to homeless folks to try to help them, bring them in off the street. Right? Man, I've got to be embarrassed to show them what kind of shower that we have to live in. You guys don't understand. We live in conservative world. For 50 years, it's been conservative world. Okay? It's wrong. Okay, homelessness is going to increase. Okay, you think the president's going to do anything to help homelessness? What politician have you heard anything talk about homelessness at all? In fact, in the last 5 years, 10 years, no. Okay, that's the problem. Conservatives. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Lightning. I represent Lightning Super Data XX1 PDX. Again, on the bond thing, as I've always stated, I do want to see new development for units that'll last long term, basically outlive us all in here. Now, one of the issues you have on this is you're buying this originally using TIF funds from the downtown waterfront urban development, and then you're going to possibly redevelop it using the bond money. I'm a little confused why you just didn't buy this with the bond money. Maybe that can be explained now. I understand you're gonna try to preserve this for the next 2 years, so does that mean you're gonna put a lot of money in preservation? And I know she did a seismic study also. I sure hope you're not gonna do a seismic upgrade on a building you're gonna possibly demolish in a few years. So those are some concerns to me. I would rather have this building saved, preserved, and keep the cost minimal, and then get your SROs and implement supportive services into the building currently. So I'm not really a fan of seeing this building being demolished. And one of the biggest concerns